Alright guys, I'm back. I know it's been a minute, month and a half maybe, but back at it in the garage again. Took care of business in the house. I think the last video I let you guys know I was going to doing my bathroom and doing a couple other things, but I'm back and I'm gonna start doing these every week again, at least one a week, so that I put something out there. Plus I need to get my sanity back and start doing something in the garage again. So we're gonna start off with this bad boy right here. If you guys can see it, this was 35 doll hairs. It claims, you know, it has a 10,000 milliamp battery, but that's on the box. But on the listing it says it's 13,000. Yeah, so we're actually gonna see what it is when we take it apart. And it says German technology on the box. It doesn't say anything about that on the listing. The manufacturer is GDPlus. It does have a little Android bot right here. It's camping MP3 player. Huh. Didn't know that when I bought it. And let's see, supposedly this one comes with lights and it comes with a solar panel to charge it. It claims that it can charge this in 13 hours with the solar panel. Let's see. Yeah, 13. Oh, sorry. The listing says 13 hours. This says 8 to 10 hours. And yeah, it does come with the lights. So let's open it up and see what's inside. And yes, in my PJs, nothing's changed. Oh, let's see. If you want to go to their store homepage, boom, go for it. I'm not. I'm guessing it's the instructions. But this is probably the lights, and charging cable, and whatnot. Well, that doesn't have any weight to it. Let's set that right there. This is the solar panel. It's actually bigger than I thought. That's what she said. So yeah, we're gonna see. Set this over to the side. Boop. But yeah, that's pretty neat actually. And the weird thing is, let me go ahead and open it up. Is the plug. This is what I was most excited about with this cheaper one. This is little. You can find little solar panels on Amazon, but this one was technically $35 with this anyway. But the plug is what gets me. It doesn't use like a barrel style plug. It actually uses a micro USB. So that's interesting. So it makes me think that this right here produces 5 volts. And this is peak power. Yep, 9 volts. So yeah, I'm not plugging that into my phone. And peak power 3.5 watts. So that's what a 3.5 watt solar panel looks like. Alrighty, let's see. Let's get to the potatoes, meat and potatoes here. There's all the. Oh, there's lots of buttons. Really worried about water getting in this thing. Packaging. Anyway, so they shrink everything up. Alright. Listen to that. Right off the bat, I do. Oh, is that supposed to be a switch? Oh, yep, that's a flashlight. I'm guessing that's another switch here too. Oh man, right here that they tape up. Yep, just so it doesn't get cut on, I guess, during packaging. Huh. that's interesting when it comes to that. Oh, it does have 100%. And you get your little antenna here. Wow, okay. This thing's actually pretty interesting. For $35, I really wasn't expecting much, and it doesn't have a big battery in it. I would expect this thing to be a little heavier if it had a decent battery. When we take it apart, we'll see. Alright, come on. Camera, I'm hoping this is supposed to come off of here. Oh yeah. There you go. Look at that. Okay. Boom. We'll clean that up when we take it apart. Let's see what the back here says. It's the solar home system. Yeah. Probably can't even charge a cell phone with this thing, but we'll see how much you can actually do with it. Let's see. Do not use higher than the charging port, solar voltage, or adapter charging, otherwise it will damage this product. Well, no crap. Alright. See, this is saying 5 volts DC solar. Let's check this out again. I'm fairly, either I was reading it wrong or what, but let's see. And it says 9 volts, so I guess it kind of fluctuates with the solar panel, obviously. But all right, so they give you a SD slot, and then you have auxiliary, so you can plug your phone into it or whatnot. I don't think it's Bluetooth. It doesn't appear to be. But yeah, and you got power out, so I'm guessing that's where these lights come in. So let's check those out. Let's see what's in this box here. And brighter than ever. Okay, that's a rat's nest of crap. Okay, we get a little charging cable. I swear I'm gonna end up with like hundreds of those things. Oh, okay. They give you a wide variety of charging cables. So you got C, micro, barrel style, and then put you to do smaller barrel style. All going to a USB. And then your lights, which are all individually packaged, which we only need one of them. Put all that stuff back in there. Got USB cables all over the place. All this for $35. And depending on how good these lights are, you could see how good they would be. You're like, let's say you are camping in a tent or something like that, and you wanted a little bit of light. Of course, something like this, depending on where you're camping, whether it's cold, probably wouldn't work very well. Not the light, but this, what I'm plugging it into. So, let's see. God, it's so tiny. It's actually a decent amount of light. Pretty cool, oh God. You can tell that's cheap. But what do you expect for $35 for all this? Little package deal. Alrighty. And you get 2 USB ports right here, and it does have one right here. I'm guessing that's so you could hook your phone up to it though, because this seems to be all the audio stuff. So how do you turn on the radio? That wow, scared shit. Got good.
Bluetooth.
It is Bluetooth. I just figured that out. And it legitimately plays the sound of a car starting up when you cut it on. Listen. Why? would scare the living shit out of me if someone turned the radio on full blast. Alrighty. Yeah, that's I'm not gonna go ahead and go through all the Bluetooth functionality stuff on this thing because it's not worth it. You can buy these, you can tell it's one of them generic Bluetooth modules with a little cheap speaker. But when we get it apart, you'll see what I'm talking about. They make those boards dirt cheap because I've built a little Bluetooth radio myself, and it's actually quite easy to solder together and all that stuff like that. So now I could be wrong and open it up and it's completely something different, but there you go. Let's check the USB, see how much it actually can handle, because it doesn't say how much it can handle. It might tell me here. It doesn't even say on the listing the amperage it can handle. But let's see. We'll see on this one. Okay. Here's some more information. The solar panel is actually 6 volts. A 6-volt panel. Which they legitimately printed upside down. Hence why I thought it was 9 volts. Okay. Got that figured out. And yeah. So the box says 10,000 milliamps, and this says 13,000 milliamps. Okay, so what is the charging port? How many amps can the charging ports handle? Wow, good talk. Nothing. Doesn't say it. Well, we're gonna find out. Turn this bad boy on. If it doesn't try to freaking start up again. Let me turn this down real quick. Plug that in. So we got 5 volts. Hit it with the course real quick. And it drops substantially. It couldn't even handle 1 amp. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I got my phone here, and you know what, we're going to grab the USB thing that they supply and even test that. I'll keep that hooked up just to see what the voltage drops to, because right now it's at 4.7. Yeah, 4.7, and it's running 2 amps, or 0.8 amps. So we'll probably, wow, shit, it ain't going to handle that. Most likely, I probably won't even charge my phone. Probably kick it out. Oh, it worked. Nice. Okay, so it is splitting, most likely, but it's still pulling 0.8 amps from that one. And on this one's probably got 0.8 on it as well. So let's see. Maybe this one produces a little bit more. No, but you know, I'll creep it on up and see what it does. Oh, it's going up, surprisingly. But the voltage is going down tremendously. Yep. Alright, so now I have 1.7 on that. 1.7 amps on that. Let's see what she does with that. I'll probably kick it out after I plug my phone into it. It probably ain't a good idea to do this, but no. Alright, so yeah, you could probably get 2 amps per port, most likely. And I'll keep bumping her up. But the voltage is dropping substantially. Yeah, 2 amps is what it maxes out at. And I'm sure it'll kick out. Yeah, not really. Yeah, that's not good to plug my phone into. Oh, it dropped down 3.9, and the little voltmeter on the side right here is down to 2, and I guarantee you once I unplug it, it'll go back up. Yep, it did. So yeah, the battery in this thing is not very big. it started off with a full charge, even though I opened it up. It might have been, you know, 80% most likely. But they give you these bulbs here. These LED bulbs is what your meter for that is. But let's tear this thing apart and see what's inside. Everything on this thing is just loose. So I imagine we're not gonna have any trouble getting into this thing. But give me a second to get everything set up. Come on, pal. All right, so let's start taking this thing apart. Like I said, I'm gonna start with this back panel here. And take off, you know, the warning label, so to speak. I feel like they went spend a lot of time, you know, making it so that this is printed on the back of it, but they could have done a lot of things in other areas that kind of make it a little bit better. But you know, this is made to be pumped out of a factory really, really fast. Not to please people. Flathead it is, which I have right here, which is covered in some kind of goop. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually pretty neat. Now the question is, do they come out? Oh, okay. All right. That's, well, first, and you guys are seeing it here, you could literally take out all the batteries. Of course, there's no size. Well, that was going to be the most exciting part of the video, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. No, I'm kidding, obviously, but yeah, now it weighs absolutely nothing. So there's your battery. It having to be a mess is kind of a joke, because I'm pretty sure these are just in parallel, and it charges it at, oh man, 3.7 to what, 4.2, I believe. That's the normal charge rate for one lithium, or 18650 anyways. Okay. Just listen to that crack. Probably breaking the whole damn thing right now. Well, I guess you could upgrade the batteries in this thing to something a little bit better than that. But see, I think these are kind of like yeah, they got the little button on top of them, like the vented style. Which now these are vented too. Huh. They're covered up, the vent is, with this cover. Huh. Okay. Well, they don't have the size on them. I might go ahead and cut the heat shrink off of them and see if I see anything, but I doubt it. It's probably just a metal case underneath of it. But, oh, that one's definitely stripped. And this one was built on a Friday. Yeah, I need a bigger boy. Just keep that one up. Yeah, she's a little thicker. Let's see what happens. There we go. Alrighty. One more. God, sound of that crack. Oh. Okay, flip her back over. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Oh, okay. That's it. Well, like I said. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Remember I was saying about that board? That same board is used in a lot of other like Bluetooth devices, especially cheaper ones, because they're there's no way to disconnect this though to show you guys, but if you look, there's a little board here, and that's the Bluetooth antenna. But yeah, these things are, I mean, you can buy these on Amazon. I think a pack of like 5 of them is like $10. So if that puts that in perspective. Now for BMS wise, I don't see one. Not even like a charge. I guess it has to have a charging circuit because of charging this with the little solar panel. So I imagine that's what this is right here. Right here. And that doesn't seem to be like a proprietary board you can just buy. They made this one. Or designed it for this anyways. But yeah, it's got the charging circuit and all that stuff on it. And the buttons for the radio. Or right here on the side with the, let's see, right here. But that's interesting because it's got, here's the flash. Yep. Here's the flashlight. Here's the switch. And then the little tiny LED that they, you know, that's like heat soldered on there. Huh. Oh, there you go. This thing. Keep in mind, $35, guys. And you know, they say if you get this thing wet, you know, just let it dry out. That's it. Just let it dry out. Put it out in the sun. It'll dry out. Which the amount of electronics in this thing is probably true. You probably won't have any issues with this thing after you get it soaking wet coming back to life. Or you know, if it's too bad, you just spend another $35 and get one. But most likely, yeah, you're not. But this thing, man, it's interesting. That's the first one that had the 18650s just chilling. But keep in mind that kind of, if it charged at 2 amps per port, so technically you can still use this. And if you want a cheap sounding Bluetooth speaker that sounds like, you know, your neighbor's Honda starting up, yeah, you could pick this thing up, and if these batteries take a crap or ain't big enough for you, you could upgrade the batteries in it. Me, I'm not. I'm gonna put it back together and add it to the collection of solar generators I have. But these, I don't think would work. This definitely wouldn't work with a regular one that doesn't have the, I think they either call them button tops or I'm not really certain. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, these, I mean, if these are 2200, which I doubt they are, it's actually, let's see, let's map that out if they're telling the truth. So if they're telling it, because I peeled back a little bit of one just to see if there was going to be another. Sometimes they just rewrap these things. So if they're telling the truth about how many milliamp hours this actually has, you are looking at these being anywhere between 1500 to 1600 milliamp hours. So it's actually not terrible when it comes to this, but I believe I have some that have like the flat top on them, not that, you know, little nipple. And I think those are 2200. So I mean, you could upgrade this damn thing to, which the math, I don't feel like it's 5 o'clock in the morning, times 8, about 17,000. And they make even bigger 18650s. So you can definitely upgrade the capacity and how long this thing would last. But how they're, I say they're wired in here, but how they're placed in here. Let me What I'll do is turn this camera back on. And how they got this thing wired in here. I'm going to try to get my switch back in there. You know, because I want it to look good. Or how it did when I... Oh, that thing just clips in there. So, alright, get the switch where I want it. Slide this thing back on there. Where it needs to be. Boom. That was oddly satisfying. Oops. Alright, so that doesn't belong there. Let's go ahead and put that there. I may or may not have broken this part of the switch. Okay, so this goes in there a lot of dirt. Get in there. Oh, that's why. Satisfying click. And then that should just pop right in there, right? Yeah, maybe so. Well, get in there. Yeah, I win. But yeah, that was it. That's putting it back together. Oh, there's not a screw in there. All right. But yeah, how they got it laid out, it's all these are in parallel. So you figure, put it in there like that. And they all become one single cell. Which I'm sure if you fudged up and put them in backwards, you're gonna have a bad day. Maybe, I don't know, who knows, I might try that. But it's all behind this panel here. So it's easy enough to upgrade. Just saying, you know, if you want a cheap Bluetooth speaker slash power bank, it wouldn't be that hard to hit it with an upgrade. But, you know, then again, you can just buy a better power bank. Just saying. Oh yeah, that crack. Alrighty, maybe I put the screw in the wrong place. Yeah, I didn't screw that in. Alright. And yes, you saw that. Okay. Let's put these back in there. Scooty-doo-bop. It's in there. Boom, boom. Come here. All right. Got it. She's back together. Last screw. Oh God. And it's back together. Noise. Let me start her up. Here we go. Why? Well, yeah, that's going to conclude today's video, this thing is a complete nugget. Garbage. In my opinion, it's cool. I do like the battery, but you know, I was kind of excited to see some weird battery setup. But you know, I guess it is in a way kind of weird. I haven't seen one yet. I mean, if you want to buy it for a Bluetooth speaker, the speaker's garbage. Just saying. It's pretty generic when it comes to the Bluetooth module, as you guys saw. And the batteries are pretty generic in it. They say you can get, you know, 13 years out of these batteries. Yeah, I'm sure you can if you let it sit on a shelf and use it once or twice. But, you know, who knows? I'm not going to test it for 13 years, 12 or 13 years. So, in my conclusion, you get a bunch of accessories and stuff like that, lights, the solar panel. Well, I'm sure the solar panel charges it just fine. If you're in a pinch, I wouldn't even carry this hiking, because if it was smaller, if you're hiking, you don't need I mean, I guess you would want a Bluetooth speaker, but why would you carry it? And carrying this when you're hiking, that's glass. That's no bueno when you're hiking. Is that so you throw your pack down on the ground or something like that? You know, this thing's gonna break 100%. You would think you would probably need something like one that was plastic or what do they call it, resin style. But yeah, there you go. This is the GDPlus. I wanted, what's the regular GD? This is the plus version. But you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm gonna finish my coffee and you know, probably throw this in the bin. I'm just kidding. It's going in the collection because that's weird. I do want to see another one that has upgradable batteries. You know, big brand companies. Listen, that'd be pretty cool. All right, guys. Later.